Failure. It's the one word we've been trained to fear since childhood. From school grades to job interviews, from relationships to dreams, we've been taught that failure is the end. But what if I told you that failure isn't the enemy? What if I told you that failure is your greatest teacher, your most loyal ally, your stepping stone to greatness? Every great success story begins with a fall. Not a gentle stumble, a brutal, heartbreaking crash. The kind of failure that makes you question everything. The kind of failure that brings you to your knees. But it's in that moment, in that silence, where the world feels like it has turned its back on you, that your true journey begins. You see, people don't become legends because they avoided failure. They become legends because they walked through it. Because they were brave enough to keep going when everything inside them screamed to stop. They understood one thing. To succeed big, you must fail first. And you must fail hard. Look at Thomas Edison. 10,000 failed attempts before inventing the light bulb. Most people would have given up after 10, but not him, because he wasn't chasing success. He was chasing truth. And the truth is, every failure teaches you something success never can. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player in history, was cut from his high school team. Humiliated. Broken. He cried in his room, but he didn't stay down. That rejection became fuel. Every failure became fire. Every loss, a lesson. And that's what built a champion. We live in a world obsessed with perfection. Instagram filters, highlight reels, perfect posts. But the real stories, the stories that move mountains, are buried behind those perfect images. They're in the sleepless nights, the broken hearts, the shattered dreams. That's where the gold is. Failing doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're building. Every failure is proof that you tried, that you cared, that you stepped into the arena when others stayed in the stands. Most people never fail because most people never try. It takes courage to dream, but it takes even more courage to fail for that dream. To risk your pride, your comfort, your image, and still chase something uncertain. That's not weakness, that's strength. People will laugh. They'll point fingers. They'll whisper behind your back. Let them. Because when you rise, and you will, those same voices will be silent. Or better yet, they'll be cheering. Because nothing inspires like a comeback. Every failure is a test of how bad you want it, a test of your grit, your resilience, your soul. And the ones who pass aren't the smartest. They're the ones who refuse to quit. They're the ones who say, "Is that all you got?" Failure strips away ego. It humbles you. It teaches you empathy, discipline, patience. Success builds confidence, yes, but failure builds character. And character is what sustains success when it finally comes. Think about the most successful people on this planet. Oprah Winfrey, fired from her first job. Walt Disney told he lacked imagination. Steve Jobs, kicked out of his own company. These weren't small failures. They were massive, public, humiliating setbacks. But none of them stayed down. Because they had a vision bigger than their fear. They had a dream louder than their critics. And most of all, they had the courage to fail. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be brave. Brave enough to start. Brave enough to fall. Brave enough to rise again. The world doesn't reward perfection. It rewards persistence. There will be days when everything goes wrong. Days when you feel like giving up. But those are the days that matter most. That's when champions are made. Not when everything is easy, but when everything is falling apart and you still keep going. Failure is a mirror. It shows you who you really are. Are you someone who gives up, or someone who grows up? Are you someone who folds, or someone who fights? The truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It is the foundation of success. Every empire is built on broken bricks. Every masterpiece is born from messy drafts. Every winner was once a beginner. If you're afraid of failing, you're afraid of living. Because life isn't perfect. It's messy. It's unpredictable. But that's where the magic is. That's where growth lives. That's where you live. Stop waiting for the perfect time. It doesn't exist. Stop waiting for guarantees. There are none. The only thing that's certain is this. If you keep waiting, you'll never start. And if you never start, you'll never fail. But you'll also never fly. Your first video might flop. Your first business might crash. Your first speech might bomb. But so what? It's not about the first attempt. It's about the 10th, the 100th, the 1000th. It's about the journey. Every failure is a scar. But scars are proof that you survived. Scars are proof that you showed up, that you tried, that you didn't let fear win. You weren't born to play it safe. You weren't born to tiptoe through life hoping to arrive at death unscathed. You were born to leap, to fight, to fail, and to rise. Imagine your future self looking back. Would you rather say, "I'm glad I tried," or "I wish I had"? Would you rather live with failure or with regret? Regret is the heaviest burden. It whispers in the quiet moments. It reminds you of what could have been. But failure teaches. It shapes. It molds. And ultimately, it frees you. Stop asking, "What if I fail?" Start asking, "What if I don't try?" Because the only true failure in life is not trying at all. You want to succeed big? Then fail big. Fall hard, crash loudly, and then get up with twice the strength. That's how legends are made. Burn the idea that you have to get it right the first time. Replace it with the belief that every misstep is one step closer to mastery, to magic, to meaning. Pain is part of the process. Growth is born in discomfort. Diamonds are made under pressure. So when life presses you down, smile. Because pressure means potential. Let people doubt you. Let them laugh. Let them walk away. Their doubt isn't your destiny. Their opinion isn't your identity. You are stronger than you know, braver than you feel, more capable than they ever imagined. And your failures? They're not weaknesses. They are your origin story. One day, you'll tell your story. And it won't start with, "I always won." It'll start with, "I kept going when I had every reason to stop." Let that be your legacy. Not a life without failure, but a life that turned failure into fuel. Let your scars shine. Let your pain speak. Let your journey inspire. Because when you have the courage to fail, you earn the right to succeed. So go ahead. Take the leap. Fall flat, crash, burn, but never stop. Because success doesn't come to those who never fail. It comes to those who fail and rise again and again and again.